Top of the afternoon or morning, whenever you're watching this video. I just wanted to say about that 30-inch. I heard some people commenting, and I seen some fly-by-nighters or fly-by-daters. Uh, they commented one time, and then they pop up here and there. But ultimately, I have some regulars that watch my videos, and I thank y'all for tuning in. But I got a lot of exciting stuff coming up. But I read one comment of a guy I'm not really too sure about. I don't know anything about this guy, but he commented on my 30-inch, I think it was Sethi Ferguson. He's been tuning in a little bit more lately, but he seems interested in what I have to share nonetheless. But he was interested in, I guess, my 30-inch. I know, Seth, if you're watching this, you said that you didn't know they made 30-inch channels. Very few people have that size. I'm one of the selected few that have it, because when you start getting into longer channels, you really can't maneuver the tool the way Wagtail was meant to be used. Using that swivel to your advantage. You don't have to swivel all the time with a wagtail. And I don't want you guys to get the mistake that you have to swivel all the time and zig and zag and try to put on the show. It's not about that. That tool is designed to use it as you see fit for whatever angle you're on, for difficult windows. So you use the tool accordingly. You don't abuse the tool. I mean, you can, because that's just wagtail. You can just get nuts. You know what I'm saying? But if you really want to excel, do not change your technique up, because what somebody may do may be faster than somebody else. But of course, it'll be slower to them because they're better at doing straight pulls. I'm just giving you an example. You feel me? Yeah, I got to run into Walmart, so I'm going to just sit here and talk to y'all. But ultimately, you want to size your window up and use the tool accordingly. You don't want to have a 6-inch squeegee if you're doing 6 foot by 10 foot plate glass. You feel me? That's just playing around with the glass, man. I mean, you could get your skills up that way by trying to take all the water off and just see. This is how I practice. I used a baby tool on the biggest of windows in order to get the feel of how the tool moves on the glass. I wasn't worried about getting it correctly. I just was worried about getting the movement down. Once you get the movement down, you'll see that those mistakes become less and less. Okay? So let me give you a little history, Seth, on Big Boy Wagtail channels. Now, I had a 36-inch wide body slim channel, orbital. Basically, that's what a orbital wide body channel is. It's Wagtail's version of a wide body. But if you look at it on a certain angle, it's very thin. And in the distance, it looks like a bird. The way it moves. This is why they got the wagtail concept from the bird itself. The way the bird wags its tail, if you look at the motion of that swivel, Willie has perfected that pivot to move like a bird. It's no other pivot that'll do that like that. Mormon can pivot, but you're missing the concept of what I'm trying to say. All right, nobody has done it better. All right, this is the very first smooth swivel pivot on the market. It still is. If you look at the orbital, now see, the power pivot doesn't move like the orbital's pivot. All right, this is why the power pivot is smooth, But if you want to get more precise, I think, see, you would have to have skill to use a power pivot and get those intricate maneuvers. But with a orbital, in my opinion, you have more control over that angle because it's almost like a guide. You know how somebody's in the flow? That bird is in the flow, you know? When it's swiveling in the air with his wings and stuff, that's how that orbital is. But it's not as smooth as the power pivot. Now, Willie has made a 36-inch channel before. I owned one. But see, I think he stopped making it. I could probably get another one made. Matter of fact, I might do it just to see if it would get the corners. Because even Bob, Poles and Blades, had a 36-inch channel. And this is when he stopped using it. You see, Bob wasn't good with a wagtail. I was. But I was using that 36-inch. And yeah, I was chopping those ends up, those corners up, because it was too clumsy and bulky. Because obviously the bigger the channel is, especially if you're swiveling, you lose pressure on the ends. So it wasn't getting the ends. But see, back then I didn't know nothing about dog airing. And I wasn't dog airing. Who's to say that if I would have dog aired a large, wide-body channel like that, would have gotten the corners? I think I would have been better off doing it that way, but needless to say, I think 30-inch is safe. You're stretching it when you get to 36 inches. That's all I'm saying. But if you know how to do it and use it, you could use a 36-inch wide-body wagtail efficiently. I'm one of the ones that could do it, but not many people can even do that, let alone work a 30-inch wagtail. This is why it's not in many people's hands, except for mine. You know why? Because I don't play around with glass. I clean it, you know? Yeah, you might see me get a little fancy and all that stuff, but that's just for y'all, man. That's just for y'all. I'm nasty with it. I do things that you wouldn't believe, man. I ain't show y'all everything. Man, I get nuts, you know, because that's just what that tool can do. It could enhance your game up something fierce. Man, you talk about all other tools, man, in the hands of a user that's a master, man, that tool will blow everybody out it will blow them out the socks. I ain't kidding you. You know what I mean? I'm just that good with it. But see, very few people could master that tool, you know, and take it beyond limits. And push that tool beyond limits. That's a true master. That's a true master. You know what I mean? How many people can say they're a master at their trade? Yeah, you might be mediocre and do all right, but what you think is a master really ain't a master, because there's always a faster and better way to do something. All the time, baby. So those who think you getting down with Mormon, yeah, that tool is great in the hands of a user that could use it. It's great. Any tool in the hands of a user that's going to enhance that tool and their skills is a master. If you could work faster than most with a tool because it works for you, then you're a master. But when it comes to comparing yourself to others, you may not just be a master like you think you are. You are a master of your own self. But when you're up against, it's always somebody that's doing something better than you. So, you know, hey, to each his own. Master is a state of mind, my friend. Get in with it. So, yeah, 30-inch wagtail, I think, is the biggest you want to go, and still be able to maneuver that tool. Just using it by itself is not enough. You'll have to dog ear it. That's the trick. I dog ear all my channels for those who want to know why I never detail. I still never detailed even when I didn't dog ear because I had to do a lot more moves. But dog ear eliminates those extra moves so you can get detail-free results without all that extra nonsense. You know what I mean? Maybe this is why people viewed Wagtail as making too many moves. And they think they always got to zig and zag all over the place. You don't know which way the tool's going, you know? Hey, the tool goes whatever way you put it. That's what it's designed to do. To ride the frame, no matter what kind of frame it is, it's automatic. The user controls it. But then when you get a master, you can set that thing on autopilot, man. You could damn near do it blindfolded. But this is Masters at Wagtail. I gotta get in here. Macafracka. Peace, peace, peace.